Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Space Between podcast, the podcast that talks about the fans of the Dave Matthews Band. So each week I bring on guests to talk about their journey with the Dave Matthews Band or a topic about the Dave Matthews Band. So we've been doing this podcast now for almost a year. I think we're like at 10 months right now. And so even before we had this podcast, we were getting together on Zoom doing Dave Matthews Band trivia. And so I have a couple of the original OG guys that were helping me out get this all started. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then we are going to talk about all things fall 2023 and a few more other fun things. So guys, welcome to the show.
Hello again. See what I did there? Again, I'm sure everyone knows who I am. My name is Andy Mendoza, editor of the show, and excited to be back on camera this time as opposed to behind it.
Woo!
Hello, Space Between World, Cameron Sharpshire out in Colorado.
Guys, I am so excited for you to be here. I mean, for me, it seems like it's been years since we got together back in the day. So when did we start all of that? Was it 2021? Is that when we started getting together? Or was it 22? I really don't remember.
I remember seeing it quite a while. I hate saying this, I always RSVP'd to make those Zoom things
Yes.
during 2020 COVID for the trivias, and something always came up and I always missed them. But then I go and watch the replays. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't go because I would have missed those.
Trivia sounds intimidating, but I mean,
is.
there's all different levels. And I kind of feel like if you're listening to a podcast about the Dave Matthews Band or the fans of the Dave Matthews Band, there's a slight chance that you may know a few things about trivia when it comes to Dave Matthews Band. So be sure to stay tuned towards the end of this podcast because we are going to ask, of course, these guys some questions, but I'm going to give them a little bit of space on answering. So for you at home that are listening to this, hopefully you can guess the answers, maybe even before these guys. So guys, we're going to start. Hey, maybe we'll do that. So guys, we're going to start out this podcast talking about the upcoming return of the boys back on the road. And of course, that means Fall Tour 2023. So Andy, take us away. Tell us where we're going for the Fall Tour this year.
Fall Tour ended up getting announced right before Gorge, like everyone knew.
Yeah.
All those rumors were circulating, but everyone knows when those rumors are going, they're usually true. Just no one of importance comes out to back them up until, oh yeah, they did say it. Typically it's right after Gorge, but this year they went ahead and did it, I think a few days before, like the week of Gorge. I think they went ahead and dropped all the dates.
Yeah, I think so.
And it was surprising to me because I was planning, and I'm still planning, to hit Charlottesville because I went to Charlottesville the last time they were there in 2018, and I must say if that is on your maybe to-do list, do it. It's an amazing environment to go see the band, but I was planning on them being in there in December like they typically are, and they're doing it a bit early in November, so I'm going to try and make Charlottesville work. But I mean, we're seeing some other markets like Savannah, which was odd. And this is a very short tour too, I think. Well, I mean, of course you got MSG. And then, they added that extra, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to do South Africa.
Oh,
That's
yes, I forgot.
Huge. That's gonna be amazing, and I hope they do some sort of live streaming for that, or put that on video where we can do that afterwards. Because I would love. There's no way I can shell out the money to go to a different country like that and go and see them. But man, I would love to be able to get at least a modicum of that experience of what it was like to see them in South Africa.
Yeah, well, so guys, if there's anyone that's listening to this that's going to Africa, believe me, the Space Between podcast will let you kind of work for us in South Africa. We would love to get your footage. Yeah, record everything and send it back to us.
Not at your own expense or at your own enjoyment, though. I mean, of course not.
No.
I'm optimistic for our live album and video from that South Africa show.
Me too.
I really hope that happens. And you know, I think with every tour announcement, no matter where it's going, I'm like the first person to be like, okay, well, how much would that cost for me to go there, right? Like, even if there's no way, like, I knew I'm not going to South Africa. Like, I have 4 kids, a job. Like, when am I going to go to South Africa?
You still texted me plans. You texted me. You showed me flights. You showed me hotels, and you sent me the cost. And I saw that, and I was like, "There's no fucking way." It's like, I'm not doing that.
Did she factor in the vaccines as well?
No, I did not.
That's right. You need certain vaccinations to go there, but
You know, I'm nothing but optimistic. I'm like, you know what? What if I win the lottery? Then I need to be prepared to go to South Africa.
can't win if you don't play.
That's exactly right.
I am planning, like I said earlier, I'm planning for Charlottesville. But whether or not it happens is another thing. And I can say I'm not going all the way up until 2 days before, as many of my friends can attest. I've said I'm not going somewhere, then the day before I'm going. It's happened many times. So I don't believe I'm not going until the show is starting and I'm at home still.
And even then, you're live viewing it from the couch, right?
So that's possible. I wanted to do MSG. MSG has always been a bucket list, but every time I look at that, and it's just like, man, that's so expensive too.
It's so expensive.
It's so
Yeah.
expensive, and for everyone else, you can make great. I love you for going it. It's just me
Yes.
personally. I can't justify the cost. I personally can't.
No, well, I mean, yeah, it's a lot. New York City is an expensive city to stay in, but then at that time, people are going to see the Christmas tree and to do all the Christmas things because it's already out in
Christmas
New
in
York
New
City.
York. Yeah.
So it's just a really expensive trip. And yes, it is definitely a bucket list. And for those of you that do get to go, we're so happy for you, like genuinely.
Cameron, are you? I can't remember if you discussed it. Are you going to hit any of them?
I would like to full send it to Charlotte if I can, but I'm as similar as you. It'll be a extreme last minute.
Game time
I'm
decision.
just looking at flights constantly and just figuring out if I can make it work last minute.
I would love to see them there again, like last tour. I'm hoping they'll bring out, as far as I got my first Christmas song, winter tour last time. I saw that in Boston. I went to Boston in 2018 as well. And I almost died of hypothermia. I have a couple of friends that were with me who can attest to that because it was so damn cold.
You'd be like, it's
I'm
worth
down in
it.
Texas. Who was it? Peter and I was with Peter and Brittany, and man, I was dying. I was so damn cold, but it was great. It was a great show. I had Christmas song. I'd been chasing, not necessarily chasing. I was just hoping I'd see it because I'd never seen it. And they played it, and it was one of the ones actually they had started playing throughout the winter tour because Boston and Charlottesville were at the tail end, and people were excited to hear it when it first started, and then you started seeing those rumblings. Oh, they're playing this all the time now. I was like, yeah, that's great because there's people who haven't seen it that are hoping to see it, like me. So I hope they play it again, and it was awesome. It was awesome. So I'm hoping. I'm pretty sure they'll bring that back out again for this winter tour. They usually do.
That would be amazing. I've never heard it live that I remember. I often say that, though. I'll be like, I never heard that. And then I'll go back through the list and I'll be like, well, damn if I did,
Your year this year has to have skewed or blurred your memory of what you've seen and what you haven't seen.
I don't remember
How many
most
times?
of this year. No, it's a great, it's a great place to be. Like, oh, God, I don't remember all that I saw because I got to go to 22. It'll be 24 by the end of this year. And so, yeah, my memory is not the best, but all I know is that I've had an amazing year getting to see an amazing band and with a group of people that follow this band who are even more amazing to me. So it's been a special year. This is going to be a year that I look back forever. When I'm 80, I'll be like, remember that year that I traveled with the band? It's going to be a great story when I'm 80.
Yeah.
It's a great story now, right? And so I'm just super humbled to get to have done it, and I'm just super thankful. Super thankful.
It's
I'm
awesome.
going to call you Penny Lane.
Oh Oh, what a goal, right? What a goal to be. That's my favorite movie, by the way.
You're a Band-Aid, that's for sure.
I am a Band-Aid. I am a Band-Aid. So, guys, if you are headed anywhere on the fall tour, just know that the Space Between podcasts, hopefully with Andy, is going to be in Charlottesville. My husband and I are flying up because this was my plan. In the story that we're writing for the Space Between podcast in 2024, I couldn't come up with a better ending to this story than Charlottesville because, of course, that's where it all began. And so the amount of fan stories that I'll be able to collect there, it just couldn't be a better ending to this year. And so that's why we chose to do that. And we thought it was so important to cap off kind of what we've done this year. So guys, if you're going to be in Charlottesville, be sure to look on our social media pages because we will be doing some fan meetups. That way I can collect your story. So if you have an interest in sharing your story on the Space Between podcast, feel free to message me on social media. We are on Facebook under a group, The Space Between Podcast. And then on Instagram, it's The Space Between _POD. And then we even have a TikTok, which is crazy as shit. But it is Kiss on the Lips Meyer on TikTok. So be sure to follow us. So Cameron,
Everywhere.
I'm just gonna wherever, because you gotta be, right? You gotta be.
Don't even know. My daughter asked me about TikTok, and I was like, I don't even know what TikTok is, whatever.
Oh,
I
Andy,
didn't
you
put
are
that on there.
missing so many laughable moments, but also it's like another hang up. It's just what we need is another thing on our phone to be like, do.
The wormhole of TikTok. You'll get lost.
It is. But if you get lost, maybe it's a video about the Space Between podcasts. No.
There you go.
Check it out.
For sure. So Cameron was so kind to send us an article before we started recording this. So I'm going to segue and let Cameron kind of tell us about this article that he sent us, and then we're going to talk it out.
Yeah, so the article is called Dave Matthews Band Reconsidered, written by Melissa Kirch. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So it's really about, someone who essentially missed out and had to reconsider the band later in life. They were there at when the band was growing and they had the opportunity to see them, as much as humanly possible at the time, but really was kind of stuck in their own way, in their own style of music, and they quote themselves as being an indie rock snob and just couldn't stand the idea of going to a Dave Matthews Band show, and really reconsidered them and rediscovered them later in life and have grown fond of them and grown to enjoy them. So it was really interesting to get that different, unique perspective of someone who was just completely opposed and just really rediscovered them, was completely aware of every stereotype associated with the band, and I think that had a lot to do with their originally not wanting to engage with them, but eventually came around. So it was just a unique story.
It was really
really
neat. I enjoyed that because it was one of those like, oh man, I was there and I could have been there when it was happening. I think she said she was there in Virginia in the 90s when he was playing down at tracks or whatnot, and she didn't go to a single show. And
$5 shows every week.
oh my
It didn't go.
God, $5 shows. Can you
Talk
imagine?
about FOMO, right? Like
my
or
goodness.
whatever it would be considered if you knew you had the opportunity, but you just didn't. I would hate that so much.
You seen it, and I liked it though because she had her reasons, which was fine. And
Sure.
I kind of related because I have everyone who knows me knows, and my wife can attest to this. It's Dave all day, every day, whether it's tour season or not. It's on my phone, it's on my computer, it's in the car, and that's it. But that's me. It's who I am. But it's also so much to the point to where I don't get a lot of other music, and I don't get to experience a lot of it because I'm just like, my mindset is, but I really, really like this. I'm not tired of it, so I'm not really going off and I have my other band. There's other music I do listen to, but it's the same one. A lot of it's the old nostalgia stuff, like from high school before Dave, like Incubus and Wallflowers and, Tom Petty and Bruce Springsteen, all that stuff. And I have all those, of course, but I haven't really expanded out to anything new. And then I kind of read this, and that whole minuscule of a minute thought, man, I wonder how much I've missed out on some other music.
Yeah.
Because I'm so locked in on Dave. Not that it's a bad thing for me, because I obviously love Dave, but I don't know. I don't know what I've missed out on other ones too, because this is my thing.
As she quotes Dave at the at the end of the article, she goes, "If you hold on tight to what you think is right, you might find you're missing out on the rest." And it kind of speaks to what you were saying. It's like we hold on, and there's so much we could potentially miss out on.
Damn it, she used my own Dave Matthews lyrics against me.
She used Dave Matthews against you. What? I love that. She has a way with words, and so one of the sentences that stuck out to me was she kind of described a Dave Matthews Band fan in her perspective. So this is what she wrote. Dave Matthews has a deliriously passionate fan base that follows the band from city to city, reuniting with fellow disciples at pre-show tailgates, showing off devotional tattoos, and trading live recordings. Honestly, does that sound like us? Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes, it does.
Everybody listening, pat yourself on that fire dancer tattoo.
Yes. You are now a disciple. Whether you knew it or not, you are a disciple of the Dave Matthews Band, because that is what everyone views you as, I suppose. So welcome to being a disciple.
It's funny because she mentioned it as a stereotype of those types of fans, but I always say, I don't know, but I mean, it's a stereotype for a reason, because for the most part, that's who the fans were and are in the Widely View. I mean, hell, look, all three of us fall into that category. And hell, I mean, I got the tattoos, and I even go back to those days when they were trading tapes. I wasn't there when we were trading cassette tapes yet, although I did have cassette tapes. But when I got into the band, I was on the forum boards doing the BMPs and the CDs, trading the CDs where people would post up a show where they wanted. I was like, oh yeah, I got that one. Send me 3 CDs. I'll burn it and send it back.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was doing that too. So yeah, that hits the nail right on the head for me.
And we are spreading the gospel like good disciples every day.
Exactly.
Yes, we are. Isn't it amazing just in the history of this band to see how far technology has come along, you know? And obviously in 32 years in any century, like, technology moves along,
time.
but like we have gone from tapes to CDs to, do you remember those little mini laser discs
mini
that they
discs.
made that were like
Yeah.
this?
I had one of those.
We went through that, and then I guess
Really quickly.
You know, now everything is more like
Digital.
digital, but now it's weird because albums are coming back out like as the popular thing, right? So I don't know if it circles like a trend like in clothing, but you know, will we break out the 8 tracks again? I don't know.
There's probably about 5 people who have 8-track players.
Probably. I don't know.
I guarantee you none of them are. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not putting an 8-track in my Jeep, so.
I have bought an 8-track, but I thought I had one, but what I had was a tape player. 2 very different things. Because it was like a sideways type tape player. Anyways, I've never had an 8-track.
A lot of people won't remember. A lot of people who are watching this are old enough. They're like us. You remember when you take out your tape from your cassette player and you would eat all the film? And you're like, shit, give me a pencil. I'm going to twist all the...
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
absolutely.
that too.
God, I remember like the frustration that came along with that. But I mean, like I even went as far as like if I had like you couldn't get it out and you had to clip it. I mean, you could tape it back together and it would kind of work. You know, there might be a little bit of a skip in sound, but other than that, it was golden. Now, if you scratch a CD,
you're done. Like, you're fucked. You got to buy another one.
Yeah, kind of.
Unless you had one of the fancy anti-skip disc players. Remember those?
Well, I didn't have that. So we went through a lot of CDs, and then God, now people use CDs as coasters. They're like no big deal at all, right?
So I've got a stack of the Come Tomorrow CDs from Warehouse still. You can use as
coasters. You and me both.
I can go get them right now. I've got about 18 of them.
Oh my God.
I burned all my CDs just to like scratch them up so I could preserve them. So when I was listening on CD, it was a burned copy. So
there you go.
You can just stick those in your kids' stocking for Christmas, Andy, and see what kind of reaction you get.
Right. What the hell is this?
It's a Frisbee, a very small Frisbee. All right, guys. So our next segment is to bring up some old school Dave Matthews Band trivia. Now, I just told these two guys who were on the show today that we were going to do that. So they have not had time to prepare or study. Now, could they have? Yeah. Could they have Google pulled up? They could, but I'm asking them not to because we really want to just see what you got in you. Okay? You're claiming to be super fans. And I know that you know these answers. So for you guys, for you that are listening at home, or if you're watching this on YouTube, or did you know that we have a YouTube channel? If you ever want to watch all of this, which a lot of our episodes you really need to see to really understand the story, just know that we have a YouTube channel. It's the Space Between Podcast, and Andy puts that together for us. So thank you, Andy, for the YouTube channel. But if you are watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. Be sure to like and subscribe this video because that is how we grow. So I'm going to ask these trivia questions. We're going to start out with some easy questions. I'm going to put a pause right after the question so you can be thinking about it at home. So guys, if you know the answers, don't blurt it out. Give us a couple of seconds, and I'll give you a thumbs up. And if you know it, so Sam, it's not a fast trivia. So this is I know. See who's first. Just raise your hand. Beep.
I don't test well. I like to answer that as a
Do you have anxiety already?
Well, because it's not indicative of my knowledge. I don't.
No, it's
I was a horrible
not.
tester in school, but I aced everything else.
This is not, we are not going to judge you. We know that you love the band and we know that you are knowledgeable, but stage fright is a real thing. So here we go. Okay, let's start out fairly easy.
Are you asking both of us or one of us on this?
I'm
one?
asking everyone that's listening to this.
Oh, okay.
But you two are here with me right now. So if you want to answer, you can, but just give us a pause in between so the people that are listening to this or watching this can also
You're
have
probably
a chance.
going to have a long enough pause while we try and think.
This first one is easy, okay? So, here we go. In which year did the Dave Matthews Band perform their first ever public performance? Does anybody know?
Public
what year?
Wasn't that, I'm pretty sure that was 91.
Ding, 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 you're right.
Okay.
When you edit that, you'll have to put in like a woo, woo, woo.
The look.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay, Andy, you have 1 point.
That's worth 1 point.
Yes. Okay,
Now we're keeping score.
The pressure's on now.
Oh, no. Okay, let's see. Okay. We'll do another easy question since this is just the second question. Which member of the Dave Matthews Band is credited with the saxophone, the flute, and keyboard parts on their studio recordings?
Oh, I know that one. At least I hope I know that one.
Andy, what is it?
That has to be Jeff Coffin.
It is Jeff Coffin.
Okay.
Yay!
I was gonna say that almost seemed too easy, like it was a trick question.
Maybe I was reading it like that to sound like a trick question. I don't know. Okay, next question. So, which Dave Matthews Band album features the song Lover Lay Down? I need to know which album Lover Lay Down is on.
God, there's too many fucking albums and I'll get them all, especially the early ones. Oh, shit. I'm not confident in my answer. What about you, Cameron?
If Lover Lay Down.
Yes.
This is so bad.
I want to go under the table.
That's what I'm saying Crash.
It is Crash.
Oh, God.
Crash.
Ding, ding, ding,
Oh,
ding,
Lover Lay
ding.
Down. Oh, no, I was thinking of, geez.
What were you thinking of?
On all those early albums, a lot of those songs, I forget which one is on which album.
This is my absolute favorite question that I ever asked during trivia.
Okay.
Because I truly got it wrong the first time. No. Yeah, no, this is just, it baffles my mind, this trivia question does. It's probably not going to baffle yours, but here we go. What song has been played more live? I'm going to give you 2 songs. You tell me which song has been played more live, okay?
Full band performances, or are we counting Dave and Tim?
I don't want to get that specific.
Okay, well, I don't know. Just saying, because
Okay.
you know there's a lot of songs that only they
know.
do together. So
I know.
Okay, go ahead.
First song is "Come On, Come On."
Okay.
Second song
Great song, by
is
the way.
yes, it is. Second song, "Blue Water Baboon Farm." Now, if you've never heard of that, then do a deep dive into Google because that actually is a Dave Matthews Band song. So the question is, which one has been played more live? Come
Okay.
On, Come On, or Blue Water Baboon Farm?
Okay.
All right, guys, who wants to give me an answer?
I think we both should. But Cameron, what do you think?
I'm going with Baboon.
I think so too, only because Come On's more recent, 2018 to be exact. I was at the debut show in Camden, New Jersey for that one, which was amazing. But I think Blue Baboon Farm is one of those where they play a lot, Dave and Tim.
So it is. That's right. Blue Water Baboon Farm has been played more than Come
Yeah.
On, Come On. Of course, Come On was on the 2018 album. And again, I will say that song, every time I hear it, I'm like,
They
it's like
bring
the
that
first
back.
time. It's the first time I've heard it every time. It's just such a great song. I love everything
It is
about
such
it.
a phenomenal song live.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal song live. They should bring that back for Winter Tour this year.
Bring that back.
Calling it
guys.
now. Bring it
Yeah.
back.
Come on.
Email this to Dave
Yeah. Dave, if you're watching.
or
bring that
Stefan.
back.
Stefan
Yeah,
likes
anybody.
to follow everyone on Twitter, and he says he'll tell, and he does. Send it to
Red
Stefan.
Rock.
Somebody do it. Somebody do it.
Red Rocks next year too. Come on, come on.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Red Rocks. Oh,
It's not
yeah.
a big request.
Come on to Red Rocks.
Come on.
Oh,
Okay,
I would.
I love this question too because this is an early question, so you're gonna have to know some history of the band in order to get this question. So for those of you that are die-hard fans, this is the question for you. What band was Carter playing with from 1984 to 1990? Now, in 84, I was 4 years old, so I can't remember this. I have heard this trivia question before, and I know a lot of fans do know the history of Carter before Dave Matthews Band. So does anyone know the band that he played in from 84 to 90?
Not a clue. Not a
Cameron?
clue.
I can't even pretend on that one.
Okay, so he
If you
was
just say Leroy Moore, I would have gave it to you.
he was in a band called Secrets.
Secrets.
Secrets. Yeah, I mean,
Jazz
it was
band?
so good. It was a secret. I don't know. I don't know anything about what kind of band it was, other than that was
That's an
the name
excellent
of the
question.
band. Secrets. Okay, moving on. This is going to be an easier one. I hope that I think that it will be easier. What was the name of the very first album that the Dave Matthews Band released?
Oh, I think I know that one. Wait. Shit.
You're second guessing yourself. Don't do that. The first ever album that they released. Any guesses on the name?
Think. I don't know. What do you say, Cameron?
I'm going with Remember Two Things.
That's what I had.
You got it! Yay! That's amazing. Yes, an amazing blast from the past.
First time I heard Halloween
Oh, man.
in the version of All in the Watchtower.
So many good things.
Didn't sneak up on that one, too, yeah?
I love this question. Okay, guys, we're going to do 2 more questions. And so this one, I think, because it's got some history behind it, I think more fans than you would think will actually know the answer to this. But it's a tricky question just due to the wording. So, what song alludes to Native American persecution upon the arrival of the Europeans? Now, that was a mouthful, so I'm going to say it one more time for the people that
we
are
both know that
listening.
one.
Okay, what song alludes to Native Americans' persecution upon the arrival of the Europeans?
I would like to state, before we give that answer, because I know the answer, I know Cameron knows it too, he just handed it up. But if you go and read the lyrics to that song without listening to the music, it is, the next time you hear it, it's even more powerful if you read those lyrics on their own first. It is an amazing song.
True story.
Good.
There's blood in the water. Don't drink
Don't
it.
drink the water.
Don't drink
Yep.
the water, guys. Don't do it. There's blood in the water. There is. Okay, one more question. Should we do an easy one or should we do a hard one? What do you
No,
guys
don't give
want?
us an easy one.
Do
Give
you
us a
want to
tough
be
one.
challenged? Okay, let's see. I think that lyrics are probably the hardest thing to do because I don't sing them or give you a tune. So that's where we're going to go next is I'm going to give you some more lyrics and you're going to tell me
Suck
what
at that.
I know. You said you didn't care.
suck
So
at that. I
here we
know.
go.
Maybe if you sing it this time.
No.
No, I cannot. Oh, you're telling her. Yeah, better than me, that's for sure.
No. No. I will not be singing it. Okay, let's see. Probably get it wrong as much as I get it right, but I got it right, woman, when I caught your eye. I'll say it one more time for those of you that are listening. If I said
gotta
it a
sing it
little
in my head.
faster, I know. And it's
think
hard
I
for
got
me
it.
to just say it without saying it because there's like a timing in the way he says it, and I want to try to do that, but I can't. Okay. Probably get it wrong as much as I get it right, but I got it right, woman, when I caught your eye.
I think I got that one.
Okay.
I think I know it. It's Spaceman?
It is!
Yes.
Do you want to sing it for us?
No, but
Probably get it wrong.
I had to finish the whole like lyric in my head to
Yes.
get to the main part to know what it was because there's just so
Yes.
freaking many.
Oh my
If you got
God.
any more lyrics, try those.
Let's see. Do I have another one that is lyrics? I know I had like a whole section of lyrics. Let's see. Yeah. Oh. Okay. This one's good. This is a good closer because it's gonna blow your mind. Are you ready?
Okay.
She stares at the stars when the stars fell from her hair. Then I bent down to collect them, and then she was gone.
Oh my God, I know that.
I'm going to read it one more time for those of you that are listening at home.
I know it.
She stares at the stars when the stars fell from her hair. Then I bent down to collect them, and then she was gone.
I know it. I think.
Cameron, do you know it?
I think I know it.
Okay, I'm not going to ask you to say it. Whoever wants to say it, say it.
Let's say it on three together, Andy.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Sleep to Dreamer.
You got it!
Yeah.
Yay! You won $10,000! Woo! In Monopoly money. I'll mail it to you.
We'll get over our test anxiety
About to
together.
check my Zelle.
You guys did great. So, guys, I wanted to just do that trivia because it kind of paid honor to like how this all started. It really all did just start with a bunch of fans getting together through COVID, talking about something that we missed very much. And at that time, we weren't able to get live music from anyone, but especially the Dave Matthews Band. And so this is what we did. We would get together every so often and do trivia and talk about past tours and our experiences. And because of all of that, it kind of just sparked an idea of like, this is not enough. It should be done more. The fans have a story. And so guys, thank you for like being here from the beginning and just like helping me
course.
find my way. I owe so much to both of you for just helping me and supporting me and being here to do all of this fun things.
You know what?
Thank you for bringing us all together in
Yeah.
the beginning. You know, and I remember those trivia. We do trivia, but then we just get into these deep discussions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
And now
amazing.
you've thrown Sleep to Dreamer on my chase list.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Hey. Yes.
It's
So,
fantastic.
I mean,
have you
yeah.
seen that before?
no,
Amy?
I haven't.
I've never seen it live.
I just had to check my DMB app because all of us disciples have it installed.
It's like the Bible app. It's called the DMB Hub or what?
The last time I saw that was in the Woodlands in 2006.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Man, that's a fantastic song. I need to. Shit, I
Yeah.
have to. No, I want that song.
You gotta write it
I
down.
don't remember seeing it.
I can hear Leroy on the saxophone in my head.
Oh, I
It's
can
just-
only imagine. I'll have to go back
Jeez.
and see if I have a recording, a bootleg of that show, and listen for that now
Yes.
because oh man, I would love to hear that again. I've not heard that.
You
in
got to dig out all
ages.
your hard drives. Didn't you say you have like multiple hard drives
I
full
have
of?
four. I have four hard drives full of DMB shows all the way back to '91. Yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on this episode of The Space Between, guys. If you are listening to this on your podcast app, just know that you can also watch this on our YouTube channel, which is called The Space Between Podcast. Guys, thank you so much for being part of this episode. Guys, we will see you next Friday. Every Friday is a new episode, and so that is one episode closer to us being in Charlottesville. So, guys, we hope to see you there. But if we don't, stay tuned every Friday. Guys, thank you again so much. Peace, love, and Dave Matthews Band.